Hey, Olive, Arlo, and Frank. Grandpop coming to you from the living room in rainy Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Starting to get my voice back. As you know, I record no matter what. If I can speak at all, I record because I want to get these done. And we're only a few books into the Bible. Today we're going to continue in the book of Exodus in chapter 38. We're going to look at Bezalel and his co-workers. Although he's kind of like the head craftsman, he's running the show. And they're going to be making more of the worship site for the children of Israel that they're going to take through the desert with them. Bezalel made the altar for the burnt offering of acacia wood, 7.5 feet long, 7.5 feet wide. It was square, and its height was 4.5 feet. He made its horns on its four corners. Its horns were part of it, and he overlaid it with bronze. So this is another one of these kind of a box that he's building. But instead of this one having overlays of gold, it's bronze, because we're outside now. So the innermost gold. Then as you get towards the outer part of it, silver. And then things like there's a big wash basin that's out there. And then this altar for the burnt offering. And it has horns. They look like cow's horns that stick up out of one for each corner on the top. And it's all covered in bronze. He made all the utensils of the altar, the pots and shovels, the tossing bowls and meat hooks and the fire pans. He made all its utensils of bronze. He made a grating for the altar, a network of bronze under its ledge, halfway up from the bottom. And bronze is sort of like copper. There was actually a Bronze Age when they figured out how to make bronze. Hey Siri, define bronze for me.
As a noun, bronze means a yellowish-brown alloy of copper with up to 1/3 tin. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
No, thanks. So it's an alloy. So it's got copper and it's got tin and it's got something else in it too. and it's better than copper. I don't know if it's better than tin, but it's better than copper. Copper turns green when it just sits there. Like if you made a bronze ring, you could wear it, but if you made a copper ring, it would turn your finger green. He made a grating for the altar, a network of bronze under its ledge, halfway up from the bottom. So just like in my grill outside, I have these grates that the ashes fall through. He cast 4 rings for the 4 corners of the bronze grating to provide places for the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. He put the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar with which to carry it. He made the altar hollow out of boards. He made the large basin of bronze and its pedestal of bronze from the mirrors of the women who served at the entrance of the tent of the meeting. So this is all stuff that was donated from the children of Israel. And they used to polish this flat piece of bronze, and you could look in it. And it wasn't like looking in a mirror the way we do. You had to really like hold it the right way, and you didn't see you exactly the same as you do in a mirror. The only difference when you see yourself in the mirror is that you're reversed. left is right and right is left. So now we're out there in the courtyard. This is where this altar and this big laver, the big basin is. Bezalel made the courtyard. For the south side of the hangings of the courtyard were of fine twisted linen, 150 feet long, with their 20 posts and their 20 bronze bases, with the hooks of the posts and their bands of silver. For the north side, the hangings were 150 feet, with their 20 posts and their 20 bronze bases, with the hooks of the posts and their bands of silver. For the west side, there were hangings 75 feet long, with their 10 posts and their 10 bases, with the hooks of the posts and their bands of silver. For the east side, toward the sunrise, and the sun always rises in the east and sets in the west. So when you're at our house in Jacksonville Beach, and the sun comes up over the ocean, but when you go out to California, where you live now, Olive, the sun sets over the ocean. And the reason that they're talking about the east and west side is that all this stuff is going to be where the children of Israel camp. This is going to be the center of it. And they're going to be arranged by tribes. There'll be 3 on each side, north, south, east, and west. For the east side, toward the sunrise, it was 75 feet wide, with hangings on one side of the gate that were 22.5 feet long, with their 3 posts and their 3 bases. And for the second side of the gate of the courtyard, just like the other, the hangings were 22.5 feet long, with their 3 posts and their 3 bases. All the hangings around the courtyard were of fine twisted linen. The bases for the posts were bronze. The hooks of the posts and their bands were silver. Their tops were overlaid with silver, and all the posts of the courtyard had silver bands. The curtain for the gate of the courtyard was of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. It was 30 feet long, and like the hangings in the courtyard, it was 7.5 feet high, with 4 posts and their 4 bronze bases. Their hooks and their bands were silver, and their tops were overlaid with silver. All the tent pegs of the tabernacle and of the courtyard all around were bronze. So they actually nailed this thing down just like you would a tent when you go camping. And Arlo, you've been camping. Frank, I'm sure you've been camping. Maybe not. And all of you haven't yet, but you're just a little kid. This is the inventory of the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted by the order of Moses, being the work of the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Now Bezalel, son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything that the Lord had commanded Moses. And with him was Aholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an artisan, a designer, and an embroiderer, that's easy for me to say, in blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen. All the gold that was used for the work in all the work of the sanctuary, namely the gold of the wave offering. And remember that from a couple chapters ago, that when they came, they waved the gold in front of the altar, or what would become the altar, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. So let's take a look and see. 3,000 shekels in a talent, and so the total weight, 87,730 shekels of gold. It was about close to 41,000 troy ounces, a little over a ton. So, and we talked about that last time, how much the lampstand would be worth. It would be worth a couple $1 million in today's value, but the value of it, like if you had that lampstand, there was only one of them. And we're talking about, this was like 3,500 years ago. The silver of those who were numbered of the community was 100 talents and 775 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. 1 becca per person, that is half a shekel, according to the sanctuary shekel, for everyone who crossed over to those numbered from 20 years old or older, 603,550 in all. So this is a tax, and this is saying how many men over 20 years old are there. And I don't remember if this is just the Israelite men or all men, because there was the mixed multitude there with them. The 100 talents of silver were used for casting the bases of the sanctuary and the bases of the special curtain. 100 bases for 100 talents, 1 talent per base. From the remaining 1,775 shekels, he made hooks for the posts, overlaid their tops, and made bands for them. The bronze of the wave offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. With it he made the basis for the door of the tent of the meeting, the bronze altar, the bronze grating for it, and all the utensils of the altar. The basis for the courtyard all around, the basis for the gate of the courtyard, all the tent pegs of the tabernacle, and all the tent pegs of the courtyard all around. Whew. This part of the book can be very interesting, or it can be kind of boring based on what interests you. If you're into the details of how things are built, if you're an engineer, like an Elon Musk type, then this would be very, very interesting to you, because you can figure out, like, oh, what did this look like? How did they build it? And if you're not, if you're a right brain person like me, we're into the theories of things and intuition as opposed to logic. Like, I find it kind of boring, but I hesitate really to say it's boring, even though I just did, because it's part of God's Word. So he wants it to be here. Now, we have 2 more chapters of Exodus left. And I know in the next one we're going to look at the garments, the priestly garments. So we're going to see what they were wearing in some detail. Until then, peace out.